Let's talk about work and diligence in our lives today using the present perfect and phrasal verbs.
That sounds really hard.
What's up, guys? Welcome to WaiGuo Friends English. Today we're having a conversation, but we want you to really keep your ears sharp because we're going to be using the present perfect and phrasal verbs. And it's about work, so even better.
It's going to be hard work doing this.
So how has hard work varied in your life recently? Because it's spring, we're starting to get a lot of different weather changes going on. Some days it's raining and there's tornadoes at night, and sometimes it's just hot, and other days it's cold because the frost is still here. So how has your work been varying lately?
Lately, I've buckled down on a lot of editing because we are trying to get ahead a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit.
We have like Fluency fast track videos and recordings and audio, and then we have recordings for our students, our private tutoring students, and then we have YouTube videos. So your workload is like massive.
I have heard it said a lot that to do things just in like batches, or to do batch recording or batch editing, I don't like that term, but to do that means that you can have a little bit more time to spend later on. So right now, I'm kind of in that stage, in the stage of
sorting through everything.
I have to sort through a lot.
It's been a lot. It's been intense.
But that's the life of a creator, right? And we actually really like this, and we like being able to do this because we know a lot of our students really benefit from this, because it's a lot harder to hear real conversation when you're not in that country, and we recognize that. So that's what we love about this process, is that I can say I've spent a lot of time. When we don't have that free time to spend, we can't get it done, and we know a lot of our students that could benefit if we did have that time. What about for you?
I've hammered away at writing a lot of lessons lately, like a lot of lessons in preparation, because we have two businesses. A lot of you guys know that. We have two businesses, and one of them is a seasonal business. It only goes for 6 to 8 months a year. In the wintertime, it's great because we're focusing on one business entirely. The other business we only do on the weekends. We teach during the week, and then the weekends we are running that other business during the summer months, especially. It's the summer and the fall. But that time is coming up. So it is about to be go time. So I have hammered away at writing a lot of content lately, particularly with lesson material that will be worked on a little bit more. It's all written. Now we'll be going through editing, adding things, improving it, letting it sit for a while so that I come to it with fresh eyes and a fresh mind during the season of the other business. So it's just so that I can get the really time-consuming part of writing all of that content out of the way. When you make courses and private tutoring materials for your students, there's a lot of chipping away at this massive thing, because teaching English is a huge multifaceted thing, and we love it. We love it because it keeps us on the ball and we have to keep practicing. But I definitely have recognized that because it's so big, it's so easy to be crushed by it. It's so easy to spend 80 hours a week working on this business and just still not coming out ahead at all. So instead, we are learning to take it more in stride, and especially here recently, taking some time to just work on a strategy where we're chipping away at it instead of plowing through like mounds of it at a time. It's a lot easier and more sustainable for us with a family and businesses.
But that does mean that you really have to think of the processes of situation that you're in right now. And a lot of times you find a lot of bottlenecks. And that means that for those bottlenecks in your business, you have to push really hard to get through those. And then after that, there's a lot of grace period, a grace time that goes through, because there's a lot of, maybe there's processing, maybe there's things that you have to do to actually churn out that product or video or content or whatever. That's the part that is a process that you can kind of cruise through it. You don't have to just put like all hands on deck, we got to get this done now kind of thing.
If we had a team, we could totally delegate a lot of these responsibilities and just coast. We could cruise through things and we could grow and scale very quickly. But for us, we really like teaching. We like teaching you guys. We like meeting you and answering those emails and meeting with you live in Fluency Fast Track. For those of you who are students, we love meeting with you guys. So for us, if we had a team, we would spend a lot of time managing that team, not necessarily doing the stuff that we really want to do with our students. It keeps us sharp. It keeps us on the ball. It's a lot to handle and to turn out content, but I think that's one reason that we're a little bit slower than a lot of other channels that can push out 2 to 4 videos a week, and they can have a blog in addition to a program, in addition to this and this and this. We're doing it all ourselves at this point. So when the going gets tough, because I know it's been tough here lately. Josh basically lives at the computer right now, editing videos and audio and everything for you guys because we love you all. For you, what have you done recently to stay sane and pull through?
I've gone outside more than I have in the past. I am actually not a terribly good person to sit down and live at front of a computer screen. And I actually like playing video games, but for some reason, for me, just taking a little bit of time to go outside to do something, pull weeds in the garden or play with my kids or something like that, and then go back inside and keep going. That is a really good work schedule for me. I know that's not for everybody, but here recently, that's what I've done to try to keep myself sane through the massive workload that we've done recently.
I've consistently been a do it all in one big block. Like for me, if I had a solid 8 to 10 hours a day that this is Amber's work time, that would be great. But I'm a mom, so that doesn't happen. For you, you like chunking, having a 2-hour blocks and then go outside for 30 minutes or play with the kids and read and stuff like that and then come back into work. We got 2 different schedule preferences. So what happens is we end up flopping back and forth. Some days we will alternate blocks sometimes, but for me that derails me a lot because I'm such a one-track mind, I guess. And so when I go out and I'm playing with the kids or I'm doing homeschool with them or I'm cooking, that's what I'm focused on and I'm thinking of it. There's nothing to do with what I was just writing or creating or teaching at that point. I'm just such a very focused on one thing person. I think that comes from homeschooling. But for you, you're able to do all the things and you're able to jump back and forth quite a bit. So
I wish that time would make it to where I'm more efficient when I sit in the chair, but I think it makes me more happy when I sit in the chair. Just recently, there's been a lot of people leaving YouTube and leaving the creator industry. And I think that a large part of that is that they sit in the chair too much instead of enjoy life more. And so that's something that we have done, is try to ensure that that's not going to happen to us, that we're not going to just get burned out because we have to do so much work. We should enjoy life while also being able to do work.
Not live in a dungeon and, never go outside to touch grass. That's a bad idea, especially for us, because we both grew up playing outside. We both grew up without very much internet access. For us, it is a big deal to go outside. I would say that probably our secret for being able to do everything that we do is definitely stopping and taking those breaks and going outside and sitting on the floor and playing with our kids for a little bit. We need it.
I think a lot of times people, they think of hard work and diligence as in I have to cram as much productivity in my life as I can, especially as a young 20, 30 something. But if you could just listen into older people, listen into people that are more experienced than you, that have traveled the road before, and a lot of times they're going to say the same thing of I wish I wouldn't have spent so much time worrying about all the stuff I could cram into every second, every millisecond to try to be more productive. I wish I would have spent more time enjoying life then, because when you're old, you don't actually have a chance to enjoy it as much just because of health concerns and family and situations. And enjoy life while you're actually living it is the mantra we've heard from a lot older people than us and a lot of people that have traveled and have more experience than we do.
That's definitely marked. It does stretch out the amount of time that we have to be available for working. So though it's not likely that we can get ahead and we're not going to have this massive breakthrough or anything, we are going to strive to be content with what we're doing and when we're doing it, and look ahead to serving our students and teaching and just enjoying this opportunity that having the connectivity of modern living does.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. As we always say on these kind of videos, this was not scripted. We did not plan. We did not have hardly any questions that we planned to ask each other. So if you are looking for natural English, that's what this is. So that's what we do. And so we actually have a whole playlist full of natural conversations that we have that are not scripted, just like this one, so that you can practice those listening skills and maybe catch some things that we don't normally go into, that you can check the transcript so that you can catch these things that may not be as intuitive as when you first look at them or first listen to them.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.